There are many battles that we all face in life. Certain circumstances will come into your life.
This is the secret to life. You're not going to be judged by your intentions. You're going to be judged entirely by your results.
It would make one of the biggest differences in my own life because it's something that I struggle with. And that topic today is problems. Specifically, how to solve problems better.
And these battles that we must face has different stories connected to it. These battles that we face each and every day of our lives has many things and many circumstances that sometimes we just don't feel that we're prepared for. But we must find a way. We must find a way and an understanding that this thing that we are dealing with right now in our lives is only temporary.
And the only way to get results is to take action. Action at the end of the day is the bedrock of everything. It's the bedrock of a growth mindset. It's the bedrock of success, of accomplishment. Everything comes back to not what you think, but what you actually do. Make that the absolute core of your existence, that you're not going to be afraid to fail, and you're going to move forward. You're always going to take action. You're going to have a massive bias towards action. You're going to create momentum in your life. When you start doing that, when your reaction to every situation is to learn by doing, then you're going to become an unstoppable force. But it comes from recognizing that the most rich data stream in the world comes from action.
It's temporary and it will not last forever. You must realize that you must grow enough tenacity within yourself to press on. We are all going to face many battles in our lives. And some of these battles we will not always win. But we must have the winning attitude. Regardless if we fall down. Regardless if the struggle is so hard. Regardless if we get pushed back a few steps. We must continue to press on. We must disconnect ourselves and stop being prisoner to the sadness, to the weakness, to the fear, to the doubt.
If you've embraced that everything is your fault, you are well on your way to achieving whatever it is that you want in life. Now, this isn't about blame. It's not about feeling badly about yourself. This is about simply remembering that you're always in control. And by that, I mean you can always make a different decision, and making a different decision gives you the possibility of having a different outcome. If you're looking to blame anyone or anything external beyond yourself, you then start playing the role of the victim. So even though you may have every right to blame somebody else, it doesn't serve you. So that's why you're going to take ownership of everything you do in your life, down to the last microgram of decision. It's all your fault. And from there, everything becomes possible.
And I'm excited about covering it because it's something I struggle with as well. And I love teaching things, frankly, that help me own them and get better at them. People ask me often, why do you give away such detailed, specific content for no charge? The reason that I do that is my mission is to change the world and change people's lives. And I know the lower the barrier of entry, free's pretty low, the more people are going to get access to the content and information. And hopefully our bargain is that you'll share this with people as well. But the second reason is it helps me learn new things as I prepare and as I teach things. And so today's all about problems and problem solving. First thing we need to know is let's start out with some basic premises. I'm going to give you some very tactical steps here as we move forward. But problems need energy to live. I want you to own that. Remember this. Problems need energy to live. So the concept should be that we solve problems, but we don't have to pour and deplete ourselves of energy. Because the more energy you give something, the more it expands.
Understanding it well enough to create from that thing. That's the end goal. So don't worry about what other people think. Don't worry about what other books other people have read. Don't worry if you ever make it to the last page of anything. Simply ask yourself, do I understand what I need to understand to build the life I want to build, to bring to this world the things that I want to bring? However counterintuitive, however weird, it doesn't matter. If it's a moment of beauty for you and you understand how to build it, build it. That's the greatest joy you're ever going to experience in life, is being truly and uniquely yourself. But first you have to do the work to understand who you really are. Do that work.
We want to be in the max out universe. We want to pour our energy and expense our energy towards the solution, not towards the problem. So the first thing I want you to write down is 90% of your energy, focus, time, and thought should be towards the solution, not towards the problem itself. This is a mistake most people make because they expend all the energy into the problem. They obsess over the problem. And when you expand energy, it grows to survive. And the problem gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and the solution becomes more and more difficult. So the first thing is, can you consciously begin to focus on energy expansion into the solution, 90% of it into the solution and not into the problem? What we do is we repeat that problem over and over and over again, and we magnify it to the point where we don't come up with realistic solutions and we deplete ourselves as energy towards the solution.
On the other end of suffering, that's the real growth of life. What is enslaving you? What is controlling your thoughts? Is it weakness? A lack of discipline that prevents you from accomplishing what you want to accomplish? Get up. Wake up. You have only one life. So don't waste it. A lot of us don't know of a whole nother world that exists. It's on the other side of suffering. Once you break these barriers that you have made for yourself, like the mind is the most powerful thing in the world.
And so focus going forward. When a problem arises, a challenge arises, that you focus 90% of your energy and thoughts on the solution and not repeating the problem to yourself. And again, I want to remind you, we want problems in our lives. They're the one opportunity we have to grow. Without the existence of problems and challenges, there's no opportunities for growth in life. And so we don't wish for a life that doesn't have challenges and problems, even though it seems like we would want one. Number one, you're always going to have problems and challenges in life. So today is such a great day to begin to accept strategies and a formula and a mindset that'll help you do that. But I know who you are because you follow my content. You're somebody who wants to grow and improve and change in your life and become a maxed out version and a better version of yourself in every area. The only opportunity you have to do that is when problems and challenges arise. These are growth opportunities in our life. So when they arise, it's very important that you see them as an opportunity to grow. And again, I don't mean that in a rah-rah, foofy way. It's very true.
It is so amazing that I used to be a 300-pound guy, and I thought that was it. Could barely read, could do anything. And now, that what was inside that person was this guy that's in front of you today. That's how scary the mind is. And that's what I started realizing through this journey, is that once I got a taste of, wow, man, I haven't even cracked. I haven't even begun to crack what the mind is capable of. And when I started realizing is on the other end of suffering, that's the real growth of life. Because you realize how the mind processes shit. And I talk about another thing called theory and practice. A lot of people are theorists. These smart guys that read these fucking books and shit, man, and they sit down, they tell you what the mind is supposed to do. And a lot of us listen to that shit. It becomes like, this is it, man. This old man who has been studying the mind forever